Hello, friends. Namaskar, Adab. Today is April 22nd. Nice, breezy, finally, blue skies, about 15 degrees, wind chill a little bit. Feels like actually 10, 12, but it's beautiful, fresh air. Today, I would like to talk about lawn and its benefit to us, those who own it. Fortunately, whether you're in backyard, front yard, side, doesn't matter. Most of us, they have it, but don't realize basically what it does to our, health in terms of breathing fresh air. Just to give an idea, I don't know what size of this would be, but not, I don't want to be accurate, but let's say given 50 feet by 50 feet, say 2,500 square feet area. Let's assume this is the one. So it would take care family of four for their, oxygen supply. So having that very important, and having a healthier lawn is even better in terms of getting nice clean air around you. And unfortunately, in winter time we don't get it. But this lawn is recovering from dormancy. From beginning March is when sun comes out and warmer bit, temperature higher, like say 5-10 degrees, they start come out. But this seems like filling some areas. Usually when they come out dormancy, they have some thatch. You can see this brown, these are thatch. And sometimes raccoon or squirrel, they go after worms. They're in the ground. They have a good sense of smell. They dig and grab it, and in the process you see grass clippings, holes here and there. Very annoying. I have to work quite consistently to fill those. There was here some undesirable grass. This lawn is about, I would say, 50 years old. And here as you can see, these squirrel, they're digging for worms. So that is the sign. And this lawn kind of deceiving, my eyes catches different varieties of grass here. All cool season, of course. Winter, they go dormant. So let me quickly give you a background, my background about what do we know about. How much do I know about this grass or lawn, for that matter? When I graduated, from my bachelor degree from Louisiana, then moved to Texas for my master's program in agriculture in 1989. After graduating there in 90, I was really fortunate to get this job from a major lawn care company there in the States called ChemLawn. I don't know if they still have that or not. Before even graduating on campus, placement center. I was interviewed, and then I moved after graduation from Huntsville, where the university was, Texas, between Dallas and Houston, along 445 highway, interstate. So very happy we moved Houston, and started to learn about trees, shrubs, grass, lawns, beautiful properties. As a matter of fact, I cannot, learn places in Houston, some really affluent. As a matter of fact, even I was close by to what's it called, George Bush's, or his father, who, his father is what I'm saying. Yeah, there's a Bush family. I think it was George Bush house there. Beautiful area, Oakville they call it there. And I worked Camelon, and then Camelon, bought out by True Green. Then I worked for that company and learned a lot about this lawn care aspect of it. Treating lawn, having fungus disease, because it's a southern state, and warmer weather, warmer grass variety, and their famous grass was variety St. Augustine. They're wider leaflets. Like here, these are all small leaflets. They're wider in warmer weather in Dallas. So, in any event, that's where I got my hands-on training, and had to deal with a lot of agriculture or horticulture chemicals, dealing with treating fungus, insects, on lawns. And of course, we had some, regulations. I was certified by the state of Texas. You have to take a test. It's a, extensive test and a lot of reading materials. But I had a little foundation because of the agriculture background. So anyways, so having lawn, healthy lawn, and relatively weed-free, it's not easy. It's a lot of work, a lot of hard work, consistency, and a little bit of passion too. I mean, and time is the biggest thing that you have to kind of consider in order to have a fairly nice lawn, trimmed, cut, mowed, and everything, you name it. So it's a lot of work, but I can understand it, that it's not for everybody. So just for those, my idea is to encourage you, understand the importance, just to take care, and he'll take care of you. But, the way they take care of us is, invisible, quite silent. And so I'm so happy to have this lawn around our house, so at least I can breathe better. And this is a little bit of background here, and these are coming out very well out of dormancy. It was, not that green. It's turning green, but I did fertilize my lawn in middle part of March. There's a lot of controversy as to when you can do what's the best time, all kinds of stuff. It depends on Mother Nature, like I mentioned. These things, the grass, plants, whatever, they don't really rely on our calendar. It just every year is a bit different, but you can do it. This fertilize and seeding. Some prefer in fall. I don't, do that for a reason. I do it every year, but I do it in March, depending on how the season progresses. And it's so when I say fertilize, what I do is that I'll show it to you here. This is I did it about a month ago. This is the biggest number. We are always confused, or it's kind of a little stressful with those numbers. Here, I'll just quickly go. The first number is what do you call it? Nitrogen, and the second number, 0, is phosphorus, and the 2 is potassium. So shortly, NPK, N-P-K, it represents the nutrients for plant roots. Here we have grass, and they take it in a bulk, meaning most of that they take it. Just like we from Bangladesh, we eat a lot of rice, so I would say rice being nitrogen, which is the highest rate here, 27. So in spring, these numbers should be higher. In my having a science background, because there is a lot of question that I get. They say what number is good, which one. There is no specific numbers that would do a miracle. This is just a myth. So the only thing I would basically tell you, so if this is let's say 27%, you have here what do you call nitrogen, which is they take the bulk, especially in growing season like spring. It's responsible for plant bigger, greener, and it gives you sort of a boost in size and lush, all those color. But this is good. I got it from Costco, but I just wanted to show you there is a 5% iron, which is responsible for making it dark green. But nothing is magic. It all depends how you put out on the lawn, what rate, how you do it. And this is for spring. As you can see the difference, 2702. That's what this research they did it. Whoever they did it manufactured, they did research. But I have some constructive criticism on then. Sorry. Anyways, this is what it looks like inside. Okay. That color, it could change. Manufacturer could put any colors they want to, but they decided usually white is nitrogen. So they kind of mixed it up, so this coming from this bag is 32%, a little higher. And it says fall, 0, no phosphorus, but you have potassium 10. What potassium does is basically, it's like an immune support. It supports immune, basically this part. And they don't have 0P, no, because it's it's kind of helps promote fruiting, flowering, these kind of things, phosphorus, right? So the first one is always the vigor, the size, the color, those kind of things. So this is just a basic way of saying. Then you have micronutrients. This is one of those other nutrients. They go, magnesium, sulfur, calcium, and all those stuff. So what I do is that in March, I inspect my lawn, and I see whether they're all kind of crusty and all that. I take a leaf rake. One day I'll show you all those equipments, tools, whatever. So there's like a fork. It kind of rakes sort of things is a big. So you kind of do it like this, and assuming I'm just giving an example. These are all green, nice. But if I go over in the front lawn, you have some brown stuff. They're all dead. They're sticking inside. So you kind of go and put this one and kind of loosen up, so make sure air, other stuff can get into. And so I make sure check that. This is my first step. I go inspect and then rake it wherever I need it. But it all depends time. So I'm extremely busy, and health always an issue. So, but I rake it. Sometimes I tell my son to help me. If I tell him that, in advance, he would, gladly do that. But I would like to do it myself. It just keeps me active, and spirited. So rake it, and then what I do is I go with, doesn't matter which one you go first, either seat like this, and this is a bag I bought at Costco. They're a reasonable price. Sometimes they're on sale, and there are so many companies. They came up with more I don't know, commercial or more advanced way of doing it. What happens is that seeds should, when you spray with your spreader, which I have it here, example, it doesn't have to be like this. There are so many ways of a model. So, even hand spreader, you could do it if it's a small area you have. So there is a setting there in the back. If it's the same company, they will tell you what setting. But one cautious is that anytime you are taking from the bag to here transporting whatever, don't make the staging ground directly on the lawn. You're opening your bag and putting it, because these fertilizer, they're all salt based, meaning let's assume instead of this, when I say salt based, meaning let's say you have a salt here, okay? What happens if you put this spilled salt on the lawn? They're living entity, right? Very delicate. You leave it there. What they do is, the property of salt is it'll draw out, fluid or water wherever it touches living plants, right? So in this case, we have a grass. So you spill it, meaning you are doing it very rushed. Your spreader is on the lawn, and you open it right and spill it. What happens? You can't entirely pick it up because it gets in the roots area, very, networks of roots. You can't really do it. So it happens. I see when I used to work there are burn areas. Some of the properties when I used to work, I worked for in the States for about 4 or 5 years. Then here, when I immigrated, I also worked for a major lawn care company called Barefoot. I don't know if they still have it. Or True Green. I think they changed it True Green here. It's been a long time ago, from 1996 to 2001 or 2, something like that. So I have about 10 years experience on the field dealing with these fertilizers, herbicide, pesticides, you name it. But we were safe in terms of how we were wearing our covers, gloves, mask, breathing equipment, all that thing. So I was very serious about that. But I quit because when my son born 1998, then I realized, okay, dealing with this, agriculture chemicals in the long run is not going to be helpful. So I changed my profession to teaching pretty much. So anyways, at a school. So so don't do anything mixing, pouring on the lawn, anything, just period, nothing. So then again, what I was saying that I poured this one depending on the size of the lawn. It'll tell you. So you start with a little, don't pour all the way. Then you have to kind of put it in somewhere else or put it back and all kind of stuff. So you set that, they'll tell you, and there is a guard there when you go around the edge, and you have to, so you won't spill by your sidewalk or whatever. But you get used to it once you do. First is always hesitation and what ifs, all kinds of stuff. So anyways, so what I do, I use this one, for spring. So I did the front and back here, um, because like I mentioned earlier, my lawn was really bad shape when we moved here about 22, 23 years ago. It took so many years, slowly, gradually come to that point. So, like I said, I always have constructive criticism on this analysis of what they do. So for everybody, not to panic, not to worry about those numbers. The only thing you have to worry about how you put it, when you put it. So these are all safe. You don't have to water in anything. They can stay there. And here in our area, this local area in Canada, we're in Toronto. We call it Scarborough, but this is the time, March, and at the end of March and April is a rainy season pretty much. So so you don't have to worry about watering too much once in a while. So we did that one. And then once I go with that, I don't mix it up, seeds and fertilizer together. I don't do that. Do it separate. So no shortcut. So then I go with the seeds. I do it every year because of that. Given that the background of my lawn, how I inherited, and it was very weak, still front challenging. We got animals digging out. There's a reason for it. If it's any they call grub. It's a kind of white, they stays under the roots about a couple of inch down the level of grass. And where the animal comes, that tells us it's problematic. Then you have to treat it pretty much with, like there's so many ways now. What do you call, environmentally friendly way you can do it. Not chemicals, you can do it, but it's not as effective as chemicals. But lawn, I don't have little children or anything, so I can apply a little bit of this chemicals, but I know how to mix it, what ratio, and when not to step it. You have to allow this after treatment liquid outside on the lawn or wherever you wanted to do it, like weed control, spotty weed control here and there. You have weeds, you could do that, but you have to let it allow to dry it. Then you can step on it. But hardly we go out. If we do go out, it's usually very, very environmentally friendly grass I have. I really know how to take care of those weeds, but it is a battle every year because you cannot control your surrounding environment. The seeds could be so tiny, they could be flying, they could be with winds, they could be flying rushing through this water after rain and coming from other neighbors. They don't care too much because I know they're busy. They just leave it like that. You have lots of dandelions. I think this dandelion is the biggest weeds. We call weeds. Some might say, oh, nice yellow flower. But I don't know if you ever pay attention. It has a really, what do you call, very prolific way of spreading its seeds, its population, those, dandelion to your lawn. If you look at one seed, it has a little parachute, like a white stuff, fluffy, lightweight. So it kind of, the seed flies basically with wings from one location and miles after miles pretty much. And so one advice or what I said, that if you wanted to minimize your dandelion or anything, any broadleaf weeds, I'll explain it to you. Weeds, like my neighbor, when within a month you'll see a lot of weeds because she doesn't have time. So the negative is that it flies to our lawn. Front neighbor, they don't do it. The left neighbor, they don't do it. Right, no. So you can this is what it is. You have to really develop your own strategy as to how you're gonna minimize it, and how you do it is to thicken your lawn. Well, for example, here I'll just give you an example, because I did so many years of so many because work now is thick. So what's going to happen if the dandelion cyst drops it? Let's say it dropped it. I'm just saying, let's say it dropped it seeds. Let's say 50 times larger. So it's not gonna touch soil, is right. So if it doesn't touch soil, it's gonna stay there. It's not gonna germinate. That's the principle, right? So you'll fly or die, but you have here light soil, bare spot here and there. It's gonna land. Give you here. We have lots of bare because when our vegetable grows vines here, all the shade very thick. So when you have a shade, you have a bare area. This every year will happen, but this is all expected. So for they'll land here and there, as long as they touch a soil and stay there within few days, weeks, then you'll see dandelion coming. So this is basically the principle. The weeds seeds, they come from all direction. Bird foods, they don't digest all the way. So if they poo here and there, they're really spreading those weeds. So these are the facts, and that's why you cannot really have 100% control weeds in your lawn, but you can minimize it. I'm just giving an example of mine, but mine is not typical because it took so many years, so many hours of attention. So another area that would I always emphasize is that when season, especially this temperate region, you don't have 12 months of growing season, is only 6 months. This is the time, it's a robust growth right now. You have the consistent mowing habit based on the growth. So I give an example in May or so, I do twice a week mow. The height is, I would say, I keep it about 3 inches, all depends, but you have to maintain the same thing pretty, you don't fluctuate. Let's say, depending on your grass types, you don't fluctuate for 2 to 3 or 3 to 4. It's your comfort level. You'll see it that, am I comfortable with that cut? Fine. Because if you cut too deep, it's not good. Then next high, they get in shock. It's just simple as that. So consistent, mowing, they're all benefit for that. And so you do that. Of course, Mother Nature does a lot of watering, so that's a good thing this time of the year. And then we have to kind of play around. So anyways, very important. So this is pretty much overall idea, but there are so many ins and outs about this, taking care, tips and all that. As I go along, maybe I would have another video, then kind of catch up with what I miss, because I always miss things. I'm not technologically savvy to, especially dealing with this, video. So, I went to old school, so I tend to leave it that way. I think, I don't know if I can catch up with this change, the speed of life pretty much going. But anyways, I'll learn. I'm learning. So anyways, hope I'll discuss about that weed control and everything, and a few other things during the season we do. But about any questions or anything, please feel free to write. I hope I would have time to respond. Like I said, always health issues comes up, and then you just go for hibernation for a while. But I wish that you enjoy this part of the world, this beginning of our gardening, beginning of everything, hope, prosperity, anything. It just feels great when you're out and breathing in this fresh air. It lifts your spirit and soul as well. So, anyways, all the best. Uh, thank thank you for spending your valuable time, I mean it, with me, and then we can talk about more about lawn. Take care. God bless.